Hello. Hiya, Hazu. How's it going? Why am I so tired all the time? Every time. Every day. All day. Every day. Poyo! Can't forget the Poyo. Never forget the Poyo. Library of Ruina. There we go. And I was super tired and not feeling great last Sunday, and then yesterday had 12 hours of... Yeah, skip that. Just in case. 12-hour family event, which was fun, but tiring. Then I was just tired all day today, mostly. Got to bed at an okay hour last night. I just had a persistent headache all day today. Hasn't really let up yet. But what can you do? Alrighty. I think I just did some abnos, maybe? I don't think we have any books to burn. Doesn't look like it. That red, Queen of Hatred, Laetitia, Lore of History. Did we do Laetitia? I thought we tried it. We got a few main story ones we can do still too. Never mind, we just have the one, which was the hard one, I think. I guess we could take a look at that one. Let me just swap out everyone's key pages. Am I finishing Malkuth's 4 because you think it'd help a lot? That's right. And that was the long one. Yeah. Sure. Did I have the wrong damage type on this one, maybe? I don't remember. I don't remember any of this. So you guys all have Tenma. I guess you grab Eugen's page. Don't you really care about damage types? I feel like that hasn't always been the case, but maybe. Does everyone have an actual deck? Looks like it. Alrighty. We saw this already, I think. Like some of these do care. I think it does vary from floor to floor, to be fair. 50 consecutive streams, that's not bad. Sorry, I don't stream all that often, relatively speaking. That's a lot. Alright, I can't see anything because I need to turn those on. Yep. I don't know why you wouldn't just always have those on. Like, that is really important information. Well, these are on hit, they inflict burn. They'd have to win the clash to not have that affect us. Healed my flesh. Pretty much. I guess it could lose. Very unlikely. Let's do a Slay. That one is targeting... Nice, we can't redirect. Okay, never mind. We'll do... You steal that. And someone else is gonna steal that one. So slash power, so it's probably not losing still. Yeah, that's true. Okay, Ink over is probably overkill. 100% of max HP gets staggered when enemy dies. Yeah, so we just want to ignore her and focus on the ads for this particular phase, I think. Two 7. Unlikely to win there. 2-8. Could. Oh, that doesn't redirect though. Guess we're just gonna have to do that. And then after that, it doesn't really matter. Don't have enough light. Don't have enough light. You do. There we go. Make sure that's still the final action. Okay. Dang. That's a lot of burn. That's a lot of burn. That's not ideal. As long as we don't get hit by the first attack, it's fine. Why do they keep targeting broken die? I can't do anything about that. I mean, I guess I technically can, but... Okay, yeah, it's always the same. Let's finish off that one if we can. Okay, so this was one targeting that. When I dodge. Yeah. I just want to clash that. Do that. That dramatic. Okay. You're clashing with this. Nobody's clashing that, but I can't redirect to 6. I'm clashing with that, that's gonna at least avoid the burn. Cool. health bar starting so low trips me up so much. There we go. 1 down. 2 down. Okay, we can keep decreasing the cost of the cards. Cheaper yield my flesh. Hello, Roland. Okay. 159, I can beat that. Hopefully. You're on fire? Don't be on fire, that's a bad idea. Boundary of Death. We'll save that one. We play 0 cost, and otherwise we eco. That'll clash with that, that'll clash with that, that'll work. Dang it. Last one. You want to have a contest for a 5-9? Yes. Do 3 7s again. They're relatively low. And that'll do it pretty much no matter what, right? Maybe we go around. Yep. Alright, next phase. I'm gonna forget that mechanic. Easy first phase, which is good because that's not supposed to be particularly difficult. Yeah, there's avoid getting affection stacks. As we're not having very many 3 dice cards is a problem, I remember now. Should be fine. And speed dice are stacking. It's not confusing at all. Burst, burst, burst. Okay. Still have one more. The clashes are still good. Yep. Yep. Okay. That one's bad. Okay. This... Okay, that was redirecting. Okay. So I still want to do that. I put in Clash last so you don't get confused. Yeah, but I'm gonna forget. Either way, I'm just gonna be confused. Okay, so far so good. Oh, a little bit of damage there. Already staggered. Nice. Had to be a very quick phase 2. Let's see what I got. You have to do a lot of damage here. Yeah, we do need to conserve cards. I just don't want to accidentally underkill here. And we're gonna have a card draw card. No, just light. Okay. Okay, bleed damage should do it at this point. That doesn't, but that does. Okay. Fairies. Yep, so... Ally has 20 or less HP, consume it. Regain 20 HP. 40 total damage, consume the ally with lowest HP, and recover 40 HP. So I think killing the ads is still the play here, like before. Because if we just drop them down to half, then she'll eat them. And if we're not doing damage to her anyway, then that doesn't matter. So basically we just need to do 20 damage to each of these guys, and then focus her down afterwards, is what I'm thinking. Hungry Gal, yep. Sure, yield my flesh on that one. She gains 2 strength when she does it. But if she takes 40 damage and she eats now, she permanently gains 2 strength. The fact that this one doesn't say permanently, but this one does, makes me think that letting her do it when she gets low is bad. And if it happens in both cases no matter what, then this is still the best strategy, I think. If it doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay, is there anyone that we need to redirect? New clash here. Reasonably, yeah. I would like to redirect you, though. I'll do that, actually. We should probably clash with one of these. Maybe that's what I should do. I should clash on that one. Feels like wonky writing, yeah. Hard to tell sometimes. Okay. Do that. And redirect this one. Okay, I think that's good. And then we just use remaining ones to attack any of them. Let's do the 6 so we don't accidentally redirect the clash. Boundary Death I feel like I want to save for one of the solo phases. That's a page draw, so that's free. Bang. Okay. So if I understand correctly, that should get eaten now. Or we just kill it and it doesn't matter. Attack that already took damage, deal extra damage and heal HP. Yes, please. Let's do that on... You're 119. I read 19 and I was like, whoa, that's low. Rhea. Yes. I want to see if I can heal you up a little bit. He's now Ravenous 7. So I guess that does count. Oh boy. I can't redirect that one. Okay. We're just gonna have to clash that. That's a 6-9. That could conceivably win that clash. Okay. Tailoring. Yeah, do that. Alright, I can redirect that. Yeah, that's just gonna have to be uncontested. That sucks. I got a lot of HP, though. I'm much more worried about Angel's attacks than I am about the individual fairies. And you just have the one card, so there's nothing you can do there. Oof. That was crazy. And the fairies themselves aren't that strong. They're annoying if you ignore them. Two down. 3 down. Oof, and I got not great cards for this. We're just gonna have to contest that and see what happens. Two 7, we'll just beat that with raw strength. Hang on to that card. I guess we can go ahead and use Boundary of Death. Yep. There we go. Okay. Just Angela. And these are both easy. Perfect. Everything we got. Let's go. There's not a lot. Okay. Flash with that, yep. That. And that number just keeps going up. I don't like it. $85. Oh, that's her damage total, right? So when this is 40 or higher, she consumes an ally. Never mind. She doesn't have massive strength stacks. I was misreading that. Okay. I thought that was the strength cap, but now that's the damage counter. That makes more sense. That's why it wasn't making a whole lot of sense to me. Like, any strength one-taps anyone. So that can't be strength, so what is that? Okay. I ignore the 2-5. I just need... anything. I don't think I have a single person with a 2-dice card. Well, that is unfortunate. And I can't redirect it anyway, so you are just going to take a boatload of damage here and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm sorry. Block one of the attacks at least. And you got the most health. Yeah, let's have that. Flash that one, sure, why not? Yeah, okay, blocked the first attack at least. Second two attacks are just gonna go straight in. Nothing we can do about it. I think I played this round correctly, though. We just got a lot of HP to shoot through now. For 3 HP, recycle this die until it rolls the minimum value up to 5 times. Oh, that's annoying. You a bee? Guess we just gotta clash that with that. That is unfortunate. No way to redirect to 5. We use once or 5, who knows? We'll find out soon enough. 3 times. That pretty much negated our damage that round. Do I want to consolidate HP? Keep River alive? Sure. Same one. Slightly better clash at least. And speed. Yep. Staggered, that's fine. At least prevented the healing. And she's gonna ignore the staggered target. Excellent. So many options. Got a second card. Okay. This isn't that great against that one, but it's alright. This one should be okay against that. Yeah, there we go. Almost. Yeah, enduring slash damage is unfortunate. I feel like I need to build some pierce stacks. Just didn't have any cards this time. Okay. Do we eco round? At least keep the light regen cards back, I guess. Hopefully that's enough. Barely, but it is. Okay. Not the bees. So next round they will target the person Angela attacks. There are 2 or fewer worker bees alive. Inflict 2 sports on all librarians. Majority of them dies along the inflict sports on a worker bee. Pages of boost aggression, loyalty of all eyes every 3 scenes. Spinning Minecraft bee gif here. There you go. Okay, so having spores is fine as long as I don't die. Oh, deal bonus damage equal to the target spore stacks. Never mind. Less than ideal. She only has 200 HP here. And doesn't endure slashing damage. Do I just try to burst this phase? Queen Bee recovers 10 HP on hit. That would be a no. But I did it for the Abno fight, yeah. I don't think it's a good call here. We need to counter all these. So that she doesn't regen HP every round. Yeah. Still too early to be doing risky plays here, I think. I've got very little in the way of actual attack cards. That is unfortunate. Not surprising, but unfortunate. I do think I need to adjust these decks with more page draw cards. That one's just nuts. Draw a page. It's on hit, isn't it? Okay, who's hittable on a 2-8? Not that for sure. 5-9 is high. It's a high roll. That's what I got. Okay. That was good. 18 HP is not ideal. This early in the game. And then everyone's gonna gang up on Malkuth. Unfortunately, don't have cards to counter with. Got to redirect what we can. What's the scariest? Or 7's not too bad. 2 endurance to all allies is annoying. But I don't think I have anything that'll... 6-10 will beat a 3-8, most likely. It's still Boundary of Death. Here, let's just see what happens. Maybe maybe we can roll a lucky 25% chance and skip this phase. Let's go gambling! I can in no way rely on that, but if it did happen, it would be nice. Yep. Sounds about right. He's dead at least. 1B. Ruby is at single-digit HP, and that'll spawn... That's gonna spawn more bees. Yeah, having 3 speed dice but only 1 card draw per round is not really viable here. Normally fights don't last this long that I've completely run out of cards for so much of the battle. Oh. Ruby's down. And there's one more worker bee now. That's probably it. Yeah, can't do anything about a 10. Well, to 22, yeah, no problem. Can't redirect any of those. Oof. Half my remaining HP gone. 1 strike. Very cool. And there they go. At least there's a max of 4 bees, looks like. Can't believe it! Ah. So true. Staggered. Yeah, we got rolled. She still has 57 HP, which is kind of crazy. Everyone else is dead. Here, come on. Oh. Not gonna win that clash. We'll do uncontested. Boundary of Death. And we're staggered, so it doesn't matter. Oh well. Oof. Okay, yeah, there were quite a few things that resisted slashing damage in there. So I don't know that the slashing team was the play. What else do we got? Could build a smoke team. It's true. We haven't tried one before. So blood damage buffs you and debuffs the enemy. Yeah. Potentially on a boss, might be worth building up stacks of debuffs. Stagger damage. There's 8 more stacks of smoke, inflict 2 paralysis. Per scene, if the character has smoke, respond to a 1-cent dice roll. Yeah. So which of these do I want to use as the base? I feel like most of the really dangerous enemies were using pierce damage, and there's no key pages here that reduce piercing, so... I'll just pick... 2-pointer boost. I guess we'll see. What's the point count? 6, 7, 6. Okay, well that narrows it down, so Wang's the best. We're getting the most perks free. Most perk points. And then for this it doesn't really matter, I don't think. I think I would want to take one of these so that we can spread out the number of inheriting pages. Got all the speed dice, which is nice. Okay. And now we need to change out the passives. So I can inherit one or both of these. The target had 8 or more stacks of smoke and inflict 2 paralysis. I want to do that just for 1 cost though. I mean, it would be nice. Next person makes you draw an additional card. You'll have to look for that. Yeah, page draw is going to be an issue for a battle this long. Or a page at the start of the act. And that'll help a little bit, but it's a long fight. And it's all 1 act, technically. Unrelated, but you have hiccups and it's annoying. Sorry about that. I think we're just gonna have to go with cards of page draw. Yeah. Pages with page draw. I wonder if the game considers each phase its own act. I feel like it's all 1 act, but I could be wrong. Because it doesn't announce any differences. Why is your HP 1 point lower? You must have some thing that trades 1 point of HP for 1 point of stagger resist. Alright, let's see what damage types we're looking at first then, I guess. Got a mix. It's a mixture of blunt and slashing. So we could go all out on blunt. Okay. Gain 2 smoke, restore 1 light for 0 points. That's pretty good. No, there's quite a few places where we need at least 3 dice to defend with, so this is a good idea. Oh, draw 1 page on that one, that's nice. There's the smoke gain. Got 2 of those, something like that. Want flesh fillet instead of one of the others. I feel like that one's the least useful. It's basically you inflict a ton of bleed. No, I think that's fine. It'll be blunt. A 9+ smoke all dice gain plus 1 power. That's pretty nice. So really, we don't want to be spending too much smoke. So I might even drop Hidden Blade. Just not expend smoke. Yeah, basically just build a pure bludgeon deck out of this. Thanks for the hydrate. I feel like that's the play. That one's really good. That third hit, if the target has 3 or more smoke, draw 2 pages. That'll be nice when we're towards the end of the fight and we've got a lot of light, but not enough cards. So maybe I take 2 of those even. So basically, spam, smoke, gain, and light gain. And 3 pointers give me card draw. I'm gonna need more card draw than that. Shoot. Drop that. So these will gain 2 smoke, this will gain 3 smoke. If that hits, that gains another 4 smoke. So that'll get us up pretty quick. Needs to do more damage if the target has smoke. I don't have a lot of things inflicting smoke. What inflicts smoke? Just traces of fumes. Oh, and deep drag. Stacks up to 10, so on... Yeah, I don't need everyone to be inflicting 7 smoke every turn. Yeah, so I don't need to double down on that, actually. But I want probably 2 traces of fumes instead. Shoot, I keep clicking the wrong thing. Yeah, so I want everyone doing a bit of smoke build up collectively for a cheaper light cost. I think that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. And then I want another card that does page draw. Yeah, it goes up to 10 and then it goes down each turn, exactly. So, like, if 2 people go all in and inflict, you know, 10 smoke, then every smoke after that on that turn is wasted. So I don't need to be spamming it. That's a good, like, just counter. Unused a page. Yeah, I think we go with that. We have a lot of things that should keep bumping us back up when we drop below 9. So our smoke level should be pretty good after a turn or 2. I think this might work. We'll find out. Can always tweak later. Do more attempts. Okay, did I do everyone? Yes, okay. Now we can inherit. So we do have mostly bludgeoning, so what... Or blunt. So what is our blunt options? Yeah, there's the puppet ones plus blunt dice power +1. That would be really nice. And to scramble Emma's team, the Emma comp, but I think that's fine. Yeah. Is there anything else to boost blunt here? This will blunt damage you 1/2 bonus damage to the target. Sure. Some of that. Hawk has transformed. Oh yeah, I did get a new model a little while ago. Welcome in, Lol. How's it going?
Boyo!
Boyo! Can't forget the boyo. Very important. Is this just objectively better? 1 damage +2 versus deal 1 to 2 bonus damage to the target. This one's conditional. This one... Well, they're both when you successfully hit. But this one's only 1 to 2 instead of 2 to 2. Maybe it bypasses defensive bonuses? I don't know. Dream and curse management thingy, yeah. Same series, different game. Same idea, though. We are dealing with nightmare creatures. Grab that one and this one. There we go. Yeah, sequel to Lobotomy Corporation, exactly. Trampling over another team's comp. Oh well. There we go. And then this one's gonna get a little more vague, because we only had 3 of those other key pages. Hey Carrick, how's it going? I am cute, thanks for noticing. Yeah. Let's look at the blunt dice power +1 with this, I guess. One fragile, is this the same? Let's give feeble. You pick that up? Try that? Sure. Let's see if there's a difference. I probably won't notice if there is. Blunt. That may be blunt. Oh wait, I can drop that one and that one. I just get another +2 blunt damage, theoretically. That might be better. And your floor is all done, your base ward's back in, making head roads into getting everything back to where it was before. Nice. Glad you're making good progress. Sure, it's nice to not have stuff in a incomplete state. I mean, it's still not done, but stuff visibly pulled up. Okay, I think that's good. I have a squad. You can try it. Boss rush time. And these guys are weak to blunt. That should make this a little easier. I'll change the thing, but you gotta stick with battle symbols you have available on everyone, yeah. Yeah, that extra 1% chance to do an extra +1 stagger damage could really come in clutch, you know? Nah, maybe it does. Yeah, everyone's targeting you, I don't like that. Never know, it's true. You never know. I'm using smoke specifically on the matchsticks is kind of funny. Has a good chance of hitting. I'll just reduce the damage. 5-9. You drag. Let's go. Alright. A lot of blunt damage to the smoke users, yep. I can redirect that. Redirect either of those, so just pick your poison here. Literally save ability. Okay, it doesn't matter. I guess focus on building up our own smoke here. Do we have anything that works for that? No, I don't want to spam the low-cost ones right away. Let's do that. Didn't take more than a couple hits to kill them, so... yeah. I want to just use a deep drag right away? I guess I draw a page. I go here. Let me clash with that. There we go. That's a better use of time. And gain smoke that way. We want to restore light here, yep. Cool. A little bit of burn. Hang on, almost dead. There we go. One matchstick down. Another one weakened. Two weakened even. Not bad, not bad. Got so many options here, not a lot of light to use them on. Uh, 5-9. I don't really have anything that's going to beat a 5-9. We'll just counterattack. I swapped those around. I did. Okay, so you counterattack that one. That one. Oh, they're trying the deck and see you have cards that aren't just one coin. Yeah, that's true. And this one has some good three die options. I should not be wasting on this one right away. Oh yeah, let's gain smoke. Let's do that. We don't have enough light to do much of anything here. I guess we'll just do that. Okay, we got two people who are free to just strike. Let's take out these top two. And gain more smoke. A good clash is not a good clash. That's fine. Burn stacks, not good. You're down. That's a lot of burn. One more matchstick. Okay. What card do I want to spam? One of the 3-pointers. I guess only one person has a 3-pointer in their hand. Never mind, 2 of them do. Deep drag. That should be nice. Okay. Can't redirect it, but we can clash. Yep, that has a pretty good chance. Alright, and then... whoever's got a decent number of combat cards in their hand. Hit this guy. Everyone else focus on your smoke buildup. I do want to be inhaling smoke. So if anything, maybe we want to focus that first here. I've been like, oh, I don't need to spam these because we don't need the light recharge, but we do need the smoke. I do have a lot of cards targeted, but a lot of these are pure defensive. There's only going to be somewhat overkill. Alkuth is really low already. It's not good. I need to redistribute health later. Okay, and this is where being able to stack a bunch of smoke on one person is going to be nice. Shoot. You still only have 2 dice. Okay. Can we redirect one of these? Like smoke. Like smoke. Like smoke. Gain smoke. Gain smoke. Gain smoke. And we're doing a lot of stagger damage too. That's nice. Well. Yeah, this is a lot easier with slashing damage, I guess. Who's got the most health now? Yeah, sure. Okay, this is a free eco round. So let's do a smoke buildup and card draw if we can. Your cards are overall newer than the ones used for the slash deck. Sure, that does help. Higher tier. Yep, page draw. And... smoke and light. Page draw. Smoke. Page draw. And smoke. That should work. Yeah, I can leave slots empty, but if they still have a smoke gain or card draw value, then it's worth it. Does she carry over her smoke count? She does not. That's fair. Okay. These are significantly weaker to blunt. This was the play. I was fighting an uphill battle with Slash. Okay. And we're all at 9 smokes, so we all get the boost from that. Same with a low dice amount, yeah. That's true. Well, most of my people ended up with 3 or 4 dice slots. They just couldn't play any of them because they didn't have enough cards. A little bit ridiculous. And 3535, that should roll that. These are 6s, so let's just directly counter those. On the cards. Oh, yeah. Sorry, you're right. Not speed dice. Yes. Most of our cards are 1 or 2 dice, not 3. Which is a problem. Okay, and now... someone needs to redirect this. 610. Anyone have... a big hitter? Deep drag, yeah. Do that. And we can defend against one of these. That leaves just 5 uncontested. Can't do that. Have to do that. Yeah. Okay. And then you need to steal this for... I don't have smoke, so that's not going to be as effective. Let's do that one. Okay, and then you guys are free. Agusto is a bit of burn. Yep, those do persist. Take out that first fairy. How about... I need light. So I'll do that one. And I can do a second attack against you, maybe. Oh, that was way overkill. I'm so used to them being resistant to my damage instead of vulnerable. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna need like 4 or 5 attacks to drop these guys. No, I need like 2. Jeez. Okay, never mind. There's now 1 fairy remaining. Most of those just died from their clashes. Okay, +1 strength. +2 strength is not great, but we did clear them out. She's on 7 smoke. We're both targeting the same person who has most of her health intact. Okay, can we redirect any of those? We can, for sure. What fairy? I don't know. I don't see any fairies. Fires through more smoke? They do. Oh, this one's... yeah, easy. I don't care about that. Can brute force that. Exactly. Alrighty. Yep, sure enough. Just bludgeoning less than the others. Okay. Yeah, we'll just do the big hits. Actually, we'll first regain smoke. And then do a big hit. Same with you. Probably same with you. No, you're already at 9, you're good. So just burst. And burst. And you're gonna need, yeah, light recharge. That should work. Didn't dodge, unfortunate. Will you roll the rest of this turn for sure? Maybe not. Okay, yeah. Marked fell, let's do someone who has a lot of health still to lose. How about? No kill like overkill. We don't need to completely annihilate her this turn. I mean, we kind of do, but... I don't think you can overkill that. You know, that's true. Maybe I have both of them counter with Deep Drag. Everyone else focus on light and card regain. Just in case. Yeah. Okay, now I need to decide who's actually clashing. One of the deep drags. There we go. River's emotion on level 1. Oh, so they are. I guess they haven't been hit too much. Okay, that was dramatically overkill, my bad. Some wasted combat cards there. It's fine, though. It is, in fact, my bad. Okay, well... in slightly better shape now. They resist all elements. So this one doesn't matter for damage type. Most of us are at max smoke. Okay, so as usual, we need a redirect. 5-9. I don't have a lot of great ways to contest a 5-9. Fortunately. Like, clash that. We don't have the damage type advantage this time, so we do actually have to score a couple hits to kill. You need light. Okay. Definitely gonna need light after that. Alright. Who am I trying to clash with here? That's supposed to be there. That's fine. Probably. $16. Crazy. Didn't lose any of those clashes, that's good. Except for that one. All the people jumping in and then doing nothing. Okay. I can't redirect that 7. So we'll start by countering that 7. That is one of those. I think I loss of sense is that one. Flash the bees, you can probably safely burst Angela. True, if we're preventing her from healing from that. That's a fair point. Okay, I want to clash that one. I don't care about as much. Do that. One-point deep drag is a lot of fun. I can't redirect any of these, I don't think. I could take that one. And leaves you free to redirect that one. Okay. I think that works better. I might as well throw a 1-point Deep Dragon here somewhere. Try to kill this one, maybe. Wait, who was clashing there? You were. Yeah, save light. We don't need to spam smoke right now. We do need light recharge. For once, number of cards in my hand is not the bottleneck. Crazy. Funny how that happens. Alright, B down. Okay, heal Malkuth. It's all smoky in here. Alright, B's staggered, that's useful. That's a big hit though. Loss of senses on that one. 5-9, we can counter with a 1-point Deep Drag. Spore, yeah, actually, that's true. It is. Alright, that is probably the right way to try to counter that. Okay. You could use some smoke. You've got plenty of light. You're also low on smoke. And that should be good. Let's do light regen on them. You've got spares. Got a lot to work with here. Want to redirect that one. You got more health than they do, actually. Maybe. Yeah, take that one instead. Then light regen. That means you can focus on page draw. Spoke. There we go. I think that's good. Don't need this, but I feel like we got all this light to go to waste if we don't use it. Nah, we can leave it. Almost. There we go, that one's down. That one's down. Oh, she's already down. I didn't expect that. Okay, we made it back to this phase. Final phase? Okay. So the gimmick here was that she is shielded by the vines. Can't be attacked until 5 walls of vines have been defeated. For all 5 walls of vines have been taken down, resistance change for 2 scenes. Vine spread across 3 scenes. Dead worker be in the enemy lineup still, yep. That's true, that didn't get cleared out. The vines grows to the maximum width, use a powerful mass attack. Yep, okay. Suppression is complete when Angela has been handled. Ominous. I like how it's not an attack, it's a defense, but on Clash when it deals damage. It's like, wait a minute. So it's effectively an attack. Okay. And his thorns. So the dice we use for clashing still matter because they reduce the mass attack damage, right? I still want to, like, put dice there even if it's not clashing. Or play cards there. Yeah. So I can use that to gain smoke. Did I have a card in the slots and auto clash and then continue? Makes sense. I'm gonna take into account the first die. Fair enough. Okay, and then this. Yeah, still need page draw, really. I'll do that just so I'm not wasting a turn here. Okay, and you've got no light. Just gonna do that. The clash doesn't matter too much as long as we're doing enough damage to break through it. And I'm gonna do another one. Okay. I think that's okay. He's gonna pew pew from behind her wall. There's one down. Two down. You can also pew pew from behind your wall if you could. Understandable. Zero cost deep drag. Look at that. That is beautiful. I'm gonna save that for next round. Alright. At least need to top up on smoke and light for next turn. Yeah, your hand is kind of useless right now. Hold off. We'll save you for next turn. Do card draw. Smoke gain. Yeah. As long as we don't die here. There we go. Yeah, I shouldn't go all out on a wall with 16 HP exactly. Okay. 2 more walls. They're both attacking the same die, that's rude. And really low speed rolls here too. And as mess individual. That does look painful. Three dice cards in the targeted slots. That makes sense. We're clashing, we're clashing. Because each side individually, so you don't have 3, you just take free damage. That does make sense. Okay. Remaining dice, focus on light gain. So we're in good shape for next turn. Yep. Not too bad. One more wall. On 2 damage. Okay, good. So that you freaking love this violin. This is a great violin track. I love good violin in a boss fight. Alrighty. Here we go. She's still pew-pewing, which is rude. The effect on her? Takes +2 to 4 damage from librarians without the hourly page worker bee. Interesting. I don't know how that happened. Does it fit the character that has with a mass attack? Yeah, that would make sense. Light recharge. Distances are changed for 2 scenes, so we got one more attempt after this round to hit her. Okay. Who was I clashing this one on? I guess I don't need to. I don't need to clash that one. Because she only does anything if she wins the clash. If you don't clash, then that's not a problem. Yeah. There we go. Staggered. 30 HP. Done. We win! Finally. That went much better than the attempts with the slashing decks. Jeez. Yeah, for longer boss fights, the smoke deck is much better. Because you can get them up to 7 smoke and keep them there for a couple rounds versus the entire fight only being 5 rounds long anyway. Hey, Angela, it's time to wake up. I can see what's happened, judging from my surroundings. Are you okay? Perhaps this is how it feels to have a dream, and to have a surge of emotions. Dream a couple more times like that, and you could bring down the whole library. I guess I should be sorry about that. You feel better now? You get the target to 10 smoke, sure they get a final power +1, but they also take 50% more damage. Yeah, exactly. Which means if we're gonna burst them down, that's the perfect time to do it. What? Forget it. All this farce about neglect or recognition from others. Suppose it was futile to obsess over such trivial things in the first place. You're right. The only one who can truly care for you is yourself, after all. Again with the shameless lectures. I won't even expect anyone to look out for me from now on. Well, good thing all's well that ends well. I was worried something bad might happen to you. You mean you're worried you might get stuck in the library forever? Well, that's that, but this is this. Get back to work, the both of you. Just as she said, I'm the only one who can care for me and recognize me as who I am. Alright. You acquired new pages. Press the action, flick 6 bind to a random enemy at the start of the scene. Pierce dice gain additional power when attacking that enemy. That would be good for a Pierce deck. Flick bind to the attacker. If bind is inflicted once, recover HP equal to the damage dealt. That's useful. So you can take counter attack if you got a lot of HP to tank those hits. I've seen all enemies take damage inversely proportional to the amount of HP the librarian has left. Max 30. Is that relative to their HP bar or total number of HP? Like if they're at 5 HP, it does 30 damage or whatever. Because we obviously have the cards that have a much higher max HP than their base HP. So if they just permanently get 30 extra damage. Now I assume that's min 5 HP, max 30 HP. That's probably what it is. I doubt that's plus 30 damage. That wouldn't make any sense. That'd be cool, though. But yeah, there's no way we're doing 30 extra damage. That must be the player's HP range. Now, ego pages. Huh. Well, that's terrifying. Destroy all opponent's dice. Reason I told you doing it could prove useful. Are these cards that we can add to our decks? For real? That's insane. I mean, I'm assuming we can only add one, but... They're linked to the floor. Oh, that makes sense. So I can't put them on anyone. That'll get ridiculous. But we'd have mass attacks. That's cool. Like 5 fragile. Nice. Oh man, I bet you could do some fun shenanigans with this one. Similar to gambling on other dice. Base 12 damage is nuts. And deletes the rest of their dice, so you don't have to worry about a 3 dice enemy page with that one. Now, is it everyone in the layer can have them in their page, or is it one total? Or is it random? I see. That's how it is, isn't it? So you can't add them to your decks, but you may randomly draw them. Got it. That makes sense. You get a button to switch between your current hand and the ego pages. Oh. That sounds interesting. So, theoretically, we can now try that same squad that we just built up. There's a limit to how much you can use them, but you have them and they're strong, so it's bound to help. Yeah. And mass attacks will be useful when there's a bunch of crying children. I'll try it, see how it works. Team's overall emotion level reaches 3, an ego page may be chosen. Selected ego pages are placed in a separate hand that all librarians can access, especially when it will appear to facilitate viewing this communal hand. This ego page needs to be recharged by accumulating emotion points before it can be used again. Interesting. So it's based on emotion levels. Good to know. Alright, can't see anything. Alright, well, start building up smoke, I guess. The candles look forward to being used. I don't think candles are alive, so they wouldn't have much of a say one way or another. But if candles were alive, then yeah, I would assume most things would want to be used for their purpose. Are those part of the lyrics of the song? I didn't catch that. I thought you were being serious. My bad. And we want the smoke. Something that no one has ever said ever. How much the lyrics relate to Philip as a person. It's been a while since we did that fight, so I didn't remember most of the details. We did get the clash. That is nice. Now we can actually see. Yep, and we are low on resources already. That didn't take long. I want to take advantage of them being staggered, so let's do that. Yeah, early in the fight is rougher. Are we tied on that dodge? Okay. I have relates to Philip's insecurities about his weakness compared to his colleagues who pay attention to the lyrics. Makes sense. As appropriate. I should inhale smoke first. I assume that works that way. Either of us can do this one. Now let's focus on dealing damage. Nice. Guess I just want to focus on building up our smoke while we start building up the motion. And then the real fight starts. Okay. I'm at the 2-hour mark. That went faster than I expected. And we can do that, but then we absolutely need light regen. Kill the river if you can. Oh, true. I don't think I can. Yeah. If you can. Hopefully that's enough. I want to save some cards for next turn. Oh yeah. Button to switch eco pages is the one at the right of your hand that looks like pages. Ah, that one. Yeah, still grayed out. Makes sense. Alrighty. Children, why are you crying? Light up when you can use them, makes sense. Alright. The way around. Do that. And that. Oh no, since that's faster, that's just automatically gonna undo that. Let's not do that. Let's do... yeah, one of the faster dice. So how that works. Okay, still flashing as intended. Nice. Noise this fight is really like the Crying Children's complete form as a design. Yeah, it is a neat design, for sure. Very cohesive. Nice. Get through some of those bonus defense dice using our defense dice. It's helpful. Okay. Yeah, let's reduce deep drag on river. Right away, we're gonna need to do that. Well, not quite. Let's see. I'd rather hijack one of those. Don't have a lot of options there. Reducing dice doesn't matter if we do ridiculously high damage dice. Loss of senses. We can always redirect that one. This one I don't think we can do anything about. Okay. We'll do that. We're gonna take some burn, unfortunately. At least this way we're clashing all the dice. We need light regen on those guys. Page draw. Damage. I love distortions as a concept. They are really fun. It's a nice bit of explanation. The supernatural elements are also personal to specific characters, rather than just being generic monsters. Okay, that phase is done. Back to this. But these are the top. The unhearing children are the ones that prevent redirections. Trying to see on Leviathan, in some cases, distortions can become abnormalities. That would make sense. If they're like distortions of the collective unconscious perception, then yeah, that would do it. I don't know what I'm doing this round, so I'm just gonna randomly spam stuff. Ouch. Rude. Stop laughing. It's not funny. There we go. Now we can see clashes. It's kind of funny, I guess. Rude. Alright, let's bury the light, so to speak. Another stagger. We need to take advantage of that, even if it means a burning light. Rude Buster. Rude Buster would be a useful ability right now. You don't take fatal damage unless you win the one clash. That's right. Still. Their HP down. And Ruby, where's you? Back there. Oh, we can now select ego pages. I feel like mess... Would mess summation or mess individually be better against the children, do you think? Because almost all their cards are 3 dice. So all 3 of these would be contested for mass individual. So I don't know. All the dice on the page and has them clashes with that result. So either way, having 3 dice pages kind of counters both of those to some degree, huh? Try this one, because 5 burn would be nice. Depends on how strong they are. Makes sense. I'll hang on to that. This one we can probably finish legitimately, and it's gonna be a tighter fight later. Yeah, there's only 3 of them. For the next phase with the 4th match flame. Yeah. Down or reject that one, probably. Light regen, light regen. Hey, you don't need light regen. Never mind, you're just useless. Unfortunate. Just like me, for real, for real. Useless this turn. They'll be useful next turn. Important distinction. Always the same murmur. Murmur, murmur, murmur. Should use the people that have light despair to do it. You can't clash, so that would be a moot point. Alright, do that. You gain light. Do damage. You gain light. Oh, hey! It did in fact get a gift sub. Yes, someone dropped a couple gift subs last stream. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy those emotes while you have them. Welcome in. We are in the middle of a rather long and annoying fight. What do I want to do here? Do one of the cheaper ones. Or not that one, let's light regen. We can do that and light regen. Okay. Our clash is good. Not the best. Let's have you clash there. That's also for... Yeah, that's fine. Alright. Next phase. Yep. All the dice. At least we can decently contest the multi-hits. Yep, and then a page draw. You can do a lot here. Let's click smoke. Draw a page. Let's do more damage, sure. Cast Restore Light. Smoke. You also need smoke. There we go. Nice. So far, so good. That hurt a little bit. Million defense rolls on those dice. I broke through. Staggered. Nice. Almost just dead. Okay. Let's explain to randomly at the start of the scene. Yeah, this is just free counterattack damage in the boss phase. Yeah, let's take that. That one will be useful against him in his next one-winged angel phase. Oh, two-winged angel, I guess, in this form. Alright. So we need 39 damage and end this with good hand to deal with the next round. Mostly going to be focused on smoke buildup right now. And light regen. He's not a biblically accurate angel, it's true. Sure, page draw. Always use page draw when we have it. That's free. You're good on smoke. Let's do this so we can lower that cost again. You're good on smoke, but we can do some damage here. It's gonna be overkill, but it's fine. Okay. And this is where I'd want to do the mass attack, I guess. There's only 3 right now. Is there another phase where there's 5 children, or is that just the one time? I forget. Just the one time? Okay, so this would be the right time to use it. Alright, have fun, guys. Regular hand, please. I've got like almost their entire hand here. That's crazy. Yeah. Sure. You're good on smoke. You do page draw. You are not good on smoke. You need to inhale smoke. You're gonna need light after this turn. Page draw. Well, at least we inflicted burn. Didn't do a whole lot of damage individually, but that's fine. Alright. We're all staggered. That is fun. So we'll just all keep doing damage. And then recover all the light we spend. The deep drag would be a good choice here because we don't have to worry about having 3 dice to counterattack. You can change the floor for a turn. That is really fun, yeah. Using a stack like this since none of them rolled high enough at 8th their attacks. Oh, you're right. That is nice. I didn't even notice that. You staggered them pretty quick afterwards, so that helped, I think. Don't really need to gain a bunch of smoke. Yeah. I'll just regen. Do another attack on the one that's healthiest. We got a lot of attacks coming in on that one. With that one. Alright. And they're all at high smoke. Well, 2 of them are. him down. So many attacks, but a lot of them are just defense dice. Okay. Didn't kill him, but we're still in good shape. Alright. Yep. Just keep attacking. Recovering. Ugh, sorry, I am not speaking much. I am in the zone. There we go. Okay. And let's fix the clashes. Cool. Oh, you're low on smoke. There we go. And last one. Alrighty. Yeah, this one's terrifying. Okay. Let me see what I can do with normal cards first, and then I'll decide who gets to use. Oh no, never mind. It has, because it used 5 light, it'll have to be anyone except for River. Do that. Well, it doesn't clash, right? So maybe not. Do this one though to prevent the burn. I have 1 light now. I can redirect that. I don't need to be using the person with little light to do that. So we want to do this. So we can contest that. And then we want to hit this one hard, maybe. And then big contest there. Smaller contest, redirect one of these, maybe. We flash that. Sure. And what's uncontested? This one's uncontested. I can fix that. And we'll just eat this one. That's fine, whatever. Now we're gonna need light regen. I'm gonna need that light. We'll just save it. Still have a lot of health, actually. Jeez. I mean, a lot of it's going away this turn, apparently, but... Nom nom nom. My dice. Crunchy. Oh. That's rude. Less than 100 HP. He's staggered. They roll so high, yeah. Alright. So first off, everyone, invest your 0 points. Well, not to worry about it. Might as well. Deep drag and fumes. All the damage. Yeah, you need smoke. Actually, you're gonna be low on light. Yeah, just keep hitting. Just keep hitting. Just keep hitting. Oh, that was it. That was fast. Okay, never mind. No one got to do anything. And now it's just the one. Okay. Final phase. Here. Need that. Yeah, fair enough. I was very close last time. Didn't feel like it. His mass attack, though, did just destroy my team. Man too sad to die, yep. He do be. There we go. Victimize. Wow, rude. Nothing. That's fine. Yeah, I also didn't have very many 3-die cards, so people were just dropping left and right. Because all the mass attacks. There we go! And then it's heard no more, with the reception of the crying children. Alrighty. Because he didn't pay attention to the end of the fight, the last cherubim and ran away. Makes sense. He was never defeated. And then one of them separated itself from the big guy and got away while it was turning into a book. Yep. The unstable book of the crying children. Interesting. He was still his cowardly self deep inside. Nothing about him really changed. Must have been the library's will to let this happen. Library's will, huh? Sure does work in mysterious ways. You know how ugly the human mind can be. That was just nastily explicit. Get some of Philip's moves. Nice. That sounds like fun. Perhaps everyone has such vulgarity deep inside their minds, covered up in layers of facade. And distortion unwraps all that to expose their true feelings. Cannot say for sure if it's the pure expression of their unadulterated feelings. Still uncertain whether it's the distortion unveiling the emotions, or the emotions being distorted as they are revealed. It should reveal their most honest side nonetheless, having all their facades taken off. How did it feel like being naked, huh? Nothing's as awkward and embarrassing as the moments right after letting out all your honest feelings. So true. Philip escapes to fight another day. Man, literally too sad to die. My model looks very silly while I'm chugging tea. Alrighty. Unstable Book of the Crying Children, sure enough. Need 2 more Abno fights to get the next story rank. Thought you only needed 1. Well. We'll see how it goes, I guess. Still a page of the Crying Children. Yep. That sure is Philip. Speed die +1. Inflict 1/2 burn on hit. Oh, just on every hit. Okay. When hit, inflict 1/2 burn to the attacker. Target has burn boosts the power of offensive dice by 1. Okay. So, you build a burn deck around that, that's for sure. Everything is on fire. And there's your fire cards. Blazing Strike. On hit, inflict 10 burn, and it's a 1328. Only use it at emotion level 3 and above. Understandable, but terrifying. Nice, nice. On hit, inflict 2 burn. On hit, inflict 1 burn. Gain 1 negative emotion point. Oh, that's interesting. Inflict 3 burn. He's got a defensive card too. On Clash Win, inflict 2 burn. Everything burns. Interesting. Okay. What time is it? Or 2.5 hours. I could maybe attempt one of the Abnos. And that might be it for the night. I didn't stream yesterday, so I don't want to end earlier than I have to tonight. But I'm also starting to get tired. Well, I've always been tired all stream. Oh, next time to start the next tier? Yep, something like that. Alright. Hey, don't go for realization. Yeah, maybe not. So we got Laetitia, Alriune, Queen of Hatred, Mercenary. Which one do you think is the easiest out of these? I know you said Little Riding Hood last time, but I keep losing horribly to that one. Probably punch Queen of Hatred hard enough at this point. Alright. Brute Force time. Alright. Does she have any damage resistances? Like I said, they don't usually. Since it's pretty much a solo boss fight, maybe Smoke is the play still. We can try it. I am liking that build so far. Alright. Yep. When the stereo gauge is filled, transform. Stereo gauge rises upon losing clashes or being attacked by marked characters. Increases upon winning clashes or attacking marked characters. Screen pings from left to right as the gauge fills. At the end of the scene, restore light and draw 2 pages. It leaves a mark on the target every 2 scenes. All resistances on the marked target change to weak. It will be permanently targeted by the abnormality. Aspect page that attacks the librarians every 4 scenes. Okay. So basically, whoever is marked don't attack as much. Okay. You don't want her to transform. I'm assuming we probably don't. Clash lose, lower max dice of value of last die by 3. Okay, so we want to win these clashes for sure. Chelsea heals to full. Sounds about right. Sure. Try it. Don't necessarily want to redirect that, but we'll see. I don't have a choice. No, I do. I can do this one second. There we go. Alright. Here's gonna be marked, such as life. Looks like power of the attack is one-sided. Okay, let's not make it one-sided then. Gotta do that. Something like that, yep. Light regen. Dang it. Well, she won those clashes. Good for her. Nice. Draw is good. I like draws. Okay, yep. You're marked. Have fun. Can't use that. Yeah, makes sense. Let's focus on smoking, maybe. Try to get up to 10. Okay, and then oof. Can't believe you're making a teenager smoke. SMH my head. Yep, I know. Tragedy. Oh, yep, you're not doing good. Bye, Cedric. Already nearly dead. Don't like this fight. Yeah, I'm not enjoying it particularly either. I can see the issue. Are we gonna fight again for the realization? Yep, sounds about right. Alright, she's at 10 smoke at least. And we saved our marked friend. And here's the mass attack 1313. Very fun. Yeah. Very fun. Oh boy. Okay. That's what I got. Do it uncontested. There. Let's do that here. That's nice. Isn't a priority could stagger first? Yeah, unfortunately. Okay, we didn't die. We have 2 HP. 2 HP in a dream. Almost staggered. In the name of justice. Oh jeez. I have no light. Yeah, okay. Could try a focus fire on slower dice on the clash to stagger her first. Yeah, that's true. This is gonna be the first one. So that should just win. Poof. Nice, staggered, okay. 15 HP. And dead. Okay. Yeah, that was fast. Yeah, just brute force it. Not this, not that. This is not this, and that is not that. Need a hand? I can do all this by myself. Jeez, just looking at the covers of these books makes me dizzy. Did you read them all? Sort of. Quantum physics, cell biology. You wrote some difficult looking labels on them. It's hard to recognize the contents of the books here from their titles alone. It's even harder to find books that are actually readable. Yeah, a lot of them didn't even have a lot of complete sentences now that I think about it. The completeness of a book mostly depends on the reader. Now, some are just unstable to begin with. Why are quantum physics and natural science? Well, I mean, quantum physics are natural. It's a natural phenomenon. Is that completeness has something to do with some books disappearing on reading, while others don't? I'm not too sure, but I think that has to do with how thoroughly the book was read. Once all the contents of a book have been read and understood, it vanishes since it served its purpose. I heard of something like that. Light can be considered as a particle or a wave depending on how it's observed, right? Yeah, the properties of books can change depending on the reader in the same sense. I don't know, stop trying to make weird comparisons with your shoddy knowledge. Probably just inexplicably works like singularities do. I just roll with it. You seem very proud of your ignorance. I don't pretend to understand things I don't get. Just will make sure to read and manage all the books you sent here, though. The same book can show different things each time you read it. Understanding a book completely is a repetitive process, you know? And I don't want to stay ignorant forever. That's annoying. Different content every time you read it, huh? So that's why we needed multiple copies of a book. Still don't fully get it, but I actually kind of like the properties of light you just told me. The fact that something can change just by looking at it is romantic in a way. Maybe. Held enough meaning for Enoch just by staying at his side. Enoch? There were two Tifrith in the past. Back in my second life, as you and Malkuth put it. We were together in our first lives, too. Oh, that your boyfriend? Sounds like you were together for a pretty long time. Enoch left my side in both of those lives. Damn, got dumped twice? What a shame. Keep your chin up, though. It's not like a breakup is the end of the world. Roland is very off base here. Roland, he died. Enoch wasn't someone who could be put in such light terms. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, miss. I, apologize for my carelessness. It's alright. I bid farewell to Enoch for the second time. I'm sure he could find the meaning he was looking for. And our lives and sacrifices were not in vain. We lived in a world where everyone died so easily, but he believed that dying a meaningless death was not what people were born for. Not only did he die, but last time she saw him get crushed countless times. Yep. Horrifying. It's kind of hard for me to follow. How about you, then? Did you find the meaning? Maybe? The purpose given to me now is to complete the light so that it can be used properly. Everyone's been talking about that light thing. What exactly it is about? You've heard about Lobotomy Corporation's singularity, right? Well, yeah, kind of. Technology that physically manifests the mind, was it? That's right. Its manifestations can also be dissolved back into an indefinite form and seeped into people's minds. I guess that makes sense. Lobotomy Corp gathered the light over a long time to cure the ill minds of the city's denizens. Of course, all the while operating as an energy company on the outside. How did you generate enough energy to stand as a wing? Hold it out of people? Creatures called abnormalities were created as a side effect of our singularity. As we manage them, we learn that they emit a certain form of energy. That's enkephalin. What? Those enkephalin batteries are made from monster produce? I mean, sounds about right for a singularity. For a wing. Damn, and I use enkephalin lighters to smoke, too. From people, to be precise. It's humans that are turned into abnormalities. Creatures born out of the human mind, huh? And I'm guessing tons of employees died during the process of managing those creatures. You're right. It's all part of the stage play Angela mentioned. Quite typical of the city, eh? A company that massacred people with the end goal of curing them. It's almost like a cliche for all the myths about the wings at this point. Nowadays you just need a bus to make enkephalin out of people. There you go. I don't know a lot about the other wings, but they probably aren't too different, right? No, they're totally the same. That's the kind of cycle we wanted to break. And light being the means to achieve that, huh? Sounds more like you were trying to brainwash people with it or something. It's not as simple as that. It's a matter of perspective, really. To be fair, I only know the general outline of things. So I want to see for myself if those cycles are really happening out there. I don't really know much about this world, like Angela. Leave it to me, Miss Tiff. I'll bring just the right books for you. Your actions speak for you, then. Alright. If you're winning a clash using an offensive die, a random ally recovers 3 to 5 HP. That'd be nice. Clash using a defensive die, a random ally recovers 2 to 4 stagger resist. Hate my behated. You're losing clash, take 2 to 4 stagger damage and gain 1 strength next scene. That sounds like a terrible trade-off. You're losing 3 clashes in a single scene, reduce the cost of the most expensive page in hand by 1, once per scene. Wow. Yeah, no, that sounds awful. That sounds like a bad trade-off. Ever is 1 of 2 floors to have what we call an Exodia, something that is just an auto-win if you, but only if in the right conditions. Or something that has ludicrously specific triggers. And you dealt the most damage to allies in the previous scene is marked as a villain. Deal plus 3 to 5 damage when attacking the villain. That's nice. That's good against bosses. Jam is a really bad card like that, but the add-on pages you get from the realization remove the negative effects so you have all 5 at once on the same character. That's interesting. See the luck of the draw and survive long enough. That's that sounds like a huge pain. But I guess you could make a good gamble on it. That's interesting. Alright. We have the next Abno already unlocked, Night of Despair. Interesting. I think we'll probably call it there, though. I'll be able to jump into it next time. Alrighty. Really wish I could go longer. My brain is just not stringing thoughts and words together anymore. Next weekend, hopefully, I'm feeling better. I always say that. It's never the case, but I can hope. I'll magically not be insane. I have a Knight of Spheres fight. Looking forward to it then. I guess I'll try that one next time. If I remember. And no one's live. As per usual. Just do an offline raid. I did miss Nono's stream, so we'll do an apology raid. Yep, thanks for being here, Yahazu, and Carrick, and Lowell. Anyone else who's still lurking, appreciate you all. Thanks for stopping by. One day, one day. Sorry for missing 2 streams in a row, but we got it today. I don't currently have any family events or other plans scheduled for next weekend, so hopefully it's a normal stream weekend. Fingers crossed. And it's time to start the next marathon, so I'm gonna pick something this week and come prepared Saturday. That'll be the plan. Alright, have a good night / morning. See y'all next time.